Hi, this is SOSF. Imagine an ordinary morning, the sky torn apart by an unprecedented, suffocating blue light. Without warning, one of Earth's largest cities is instantly vaporized, turning into scorched earth and an eerie column of light. This is not the opening scene of a science fiction movie, but a grim hypothetical. If an alien civilization truly decided to attack Earth, how would they act? More importantly, in the eyes of an interstellar civilization, what method would achieve their definition of most efficient? This is far from a simple space war scenario. For a civilization that has mastered physical rules beyond our imagination, their understanding of efficiency would be a cold and precise calculation, far exceeding our wildest imaginations. Question 1. How is efficiency defined in a potential alien attack on Earth, and how do alien motives and technological levels influence this definition? When we discuss how aliens would efficiently attack Earth, we must first clarify what efficiency means to them. This is not a simple question, as the definition of efficiency will fundamentally change with the alien civilization's ultimate goal. It's a complex function encompassing resources, time, risk, and ultimate outcome. If their goal is to eradicate all life on Earth quickly and thoroughly, then the standard of efficiency would be speed and lethality. However, if the goal is to subdue humanity and completely take over Earth's resources, then efficiency shifts to how to achieve complete control in the shortest time with the least destruction. Least destruction here is crucial, as it not only means preserving usable infrastructure, but also avoiding prolonged guerrilla resistance from survivors, thus ensuring a relatively stable, easily manageable conquered civilization. The aliens' motives, pure extermination, resource acquisition, enslavement, colonization, etc., are fundamental in determining their strategy. However, considering the universality of common resources in the universe, such as water and minerals, and the potentially enormous energy cost of interstellar travel, a large-scale planetary invasion for generic resources is logically inefficient, unless Earth possesses some unique, irreplicable biosphere resources, for example, a specific genetic sequence or complex organic compounds. If the goal is colonization, then protecting Earth's biosphere would be the top priority, which would directly exclude highly destructive attack methods. An alien civilization's technological level, typically measured by the Kardashev scale, directly influences its attack capabilities. Type 1 civilization can utilize all the energy of its home planet. Its attack capabilities would far exceed current human levels but would still be confined to a planetary scale. Type 2 civilization can control all the energy of its star system, for example, through a Dyson sphere. Such a civilization would be capable of launching planet-altering weapons. For them, energy itself is no longer a scarce resource. Type 3 civilization can harness the energy of an entire galaxy. Its capabilities are almost unimaginable, potentially possessing the power to reshape galaxies. The cost of attacking Earth for such a civilization would be almost negligible. The concept of cost for them might shift to attention, time, or computational complexity. This leads to an efficiency paradox. For an extremely technologically advanced aggressor, its overwhelming destructive capability might become inefficient when facing non-destructive, complex objectives, such as acquiring resources or colonization. This is like wanting a pristine antique porcelain vase but using enough dynamite to level an entire museum. The magnitude of power and the precision of its application are two entirely different dimensions. Finally, we must acknowledge that alien invasion falls into the unknowable domain. We know very little about their psychology, technology, and values. All our analyses are based on human-centric logic, while alien thought patterns might be entirely different. Therefore, the possibility of black swan events must be considered, where unforeseen and incomprehensible events occur. Question 2. What are the main categories of alien attack strategies on Earth? What are their general advantages and disadvantages? Based on the understanding of efficiency, attack strategies can be divided into 4 main categories. 1. Overwhelming kinetic and energy strikes relies on massive energy release to cause large-scale physical destruction. Key mechanisms: relativistic kill vehicles, RKVs, diverting asteroids to collide with Earth, asteroid diversion, systemic orbital bombardment, such as rods from God, directed energy weapons, like gamma-ray bursts, and even direct planetary disassembly. Pros and cons. Pros: extremely fast, can bypass conventional defenses, and poses minimal risk to aliens. The psychological deterrent it creates is equally devastating, capable of instantly collapsing human resistance. Cons: causes extreme collateral damage, not only destroying potential resources but also possibly triggering global ecological disasters, like nuclear winter, making the planet uninhabitable for centuries. Furthermore, this type of attack lacks strategic flexibility. Once initiated, it is difficult to adjust. 2. Biological, nanotechnology, and environmental warfare. More selective, utilizing biology, nanotechnology, or environmental modification to achieve specific goals. Key mechanisms: gene-engineered pathogens designed to target specific human genetic sequences, nanotechnology swarms that can consume everything or perform precise strikes, potentially leading to a gray goo crisis, where self-replicating nanobots uncontrollably convert all matter into copies of themselves, forced terraforming that slowly but lethally alters the atmosphere and temperature, and theoretically, tectonic and geological weapons that can trigger earthquakes. Pros and cons. Pros: highly specific, can preserve facilities, self-replication capability reduces resource input, and can be deployed covertly, catching defenders off guard. Cons: significant risk of mutation or loss of control, where uncontrolled nanobots or mutated viruses could also threaten the invaders themselves. Some methods, like terraforming, are slow and energy-intensive. 3. Infrastructure and information center warfare exploits Earth civilization's reliance on complex technological systems and information networks to internally dismantle society. Key mechanisms: global cyber attack to cripple critical infrastructure, electromagnetic pulse, EMP, attack to destroy power grids and electronic devices, mimetic and psychological warfare to spread misinformation, triggering economic instability. Pros and cons. Pros: minimal risk to alien entities, weaponizes human complexity itself, and can cause societal collapse with low physical cost. The consequences of the attack, famine, civil unrest, breakdown of order, would be completed by the vulnerabilities of human society itself, with the invaders merely reaping the benefits. Cons: requires a deep understanding of human society, effects are unpredictable, and may damage facilities the invaders wish to utilize. 4. Secret infiltration and long-term subversion achieve strategic objectives through covert means, gradually eroding and controlling the target civilization over a long period. Key mechanisms: infiltrators using biological/technological mimicry to move freely within human society, manipulating global leadership and institutions from within, engaging in gradual social engineering or technological suppression, like the Sophons in the three-body problem, which lock down human fundamental science using higher dimensional particles. Pros and cons. Pros: maximizes preservation of all assets, extremely low resource consumption and risk for aliens. The fear this method instills is deeper because it dismantles society from within, destroying trust, representing the ultimate soft power conquest. Cons: requires immense patience and a very long-term strategic vision, carries a risk of discovery over long periods, not suitable for alien civilizations with urgent needs. Question 3. Based on the aliens' specific strategic goals, which attack method is considered most efficient? The most efficient attack method depends entirely on the alien's specific goals. Goal: complete extermination. Most efficient: relativistic kill vehicles, RKVs, or remote gamma-ray bursts. Due to their unparalleled speed and certainty, they offer not a war, but an event, instantly ending all disputes. Goal: conquest, population control and enslavement. Most efficient: mimetic/psychological warfare to induce societal collapse followed by alien intervention to stabilize, EMP attack to cripple technology and create dependency, or secret infiltration to dismantle resistance from within. These methods aim to preserve the most valuable assets, a manageable population and largely intact physical infrastructure. Goal: resource acquisition. Most efficient: targeted nanotechnology for molecular-level precise extraction, or planned mining after using precise biological weapons to eliminate humans. This surgical approach avoids the massive waste and environmental destruction of traditional mining, representing a truly advanced method of resource acquisition. Goal: acquiring habitable planets, colonization. Most efficient: species-specific biological weapons targeting humans, preserving the complete biosphere, or limited EMP/cyber attacks to paralyze defenses followed by rapid elimination of remaining resistance. The core idea is to clear out the current residents, but keep the house itself. This again confirms the efficiency paradox. Overwhelming destructive power does not equate to efficiency. For an advanced civilization, intelligence and precision are key to efficiency, not brute force. Conclusion: the calculus of conquest, precisely locating optimal efficiency. Synthesizing the above analysis, there is no single most efficient answer. It is a precise equation dependent on strategic goals and assumed technological levels. Overall, the analysis points towards non-direct confrontation methods that can leverage vast technological disparity to achieve objectives from a distance, while minimizing the alien's own risks. For a civilization with enormous technological superiority, direct military confrontation is an embodiment of inefficiency. However, we must reiterate the unknowable factor. The truly most efficient method in the eyes of an alien civilization might involve principles or motives completely beyond humanity's current cognitive framework. Furthermore, a civilization with an extremely long lifespan, perhaps even perceiving time non-linearly, would view efficiency entirely differently from us. A strategy taking thousands of years might seem instantaneous to them, representing the optimal path to guaranteed success. A profoundly significant consideration is that for a civilization of extremely high Kardashev scale, for example, Type 3 or higher, unless Earth poses some unique, imminent threat, or possesses an irreplaceable asset unique in the universe, which contradicts points about the universality of common resources, even using the most efficient methods to attack Earth might require such trivial resources and effort as to be strategically insignificant. In such a scenario, the most efficient response might be to completely ignore Earth, or place it under passive observation. This ties back to the idea that many sci-fi invasion scenarios, often driven by human-like desires for conquest or resources, might be fundamentally flawed when applied to truly advanced alien intelligences. The most efficient attack might be an attack that needs no launching at all. Moreover, an alien civilization's perception of time might be drastically different from humanity's. A civilization with an extremely long lifespan or a different concept of time might view efficiency from a divergent perspective. A strategy spanning hundreds or even thousands of years, such as secret infiltration or gradual environmental modification, could be considered efficient to them if it guarantees ultimate success with minimal resource input and risk. From a human-centric perspective, however, it would be deemed inefficient due to its prolonged timeline. This highlights how our own biases can profoundly influence the definition of efficiency when analyzing such speculative scenarios. Ultimately, the most extreme efficiency might not be achieved through direct conflict, but through a subtle, long-term process that renders human civilization insignificant or irrelevant on a cosmic scale. For example, if aliens could artificially create ideal habitats or resources, a capability Type 2 or Type 3 civilizations might possess, then dealing with a potentially troublesome emerging species like humanity, the most efficient way might be to simply and easily surpass us on a cosmic scale, or subtly contain our expansion, thereby making direct attack both unnecessary and inefficient. This resonates with some explanations of the Fermi paradox, where advanced civilizations might choose self-isolation or refrain from extensive colonization. See you next time.